So hi everyone, I'm excited to be at Daniel Galvin today, and this is Nick Peters.
Hello.
And Nick is going to help me because I have I've noticed recently I've got really thinning hair, Nick, and it bothers me all the time in photos. So just, it's a common complaint we get from women on our Facebook group, as you hit your 40s and 50s, whether it's hormones or nutrition or for whatever reason, our hair starts thinning.
Yeah.
So just kind of wondered if you had any sort of top tips on what we can do,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think when it starts to thin a little bit, people are a bit confused, they don't really know what to do with it. I mean, I think it all depends on where it's thinning, but if it's generally sort of in the top, and for yourself it is around this area here, I think what people are scared of doing, they think, well, my hair's thinning, I don't want to layer it. Well, that won't actually help you, because what it will do, if you leave it too long, you kind of flatten it a little bit too much. And actually, by having some slightly shorter layers, it can actually give you some body to kind of help hide that. There are things you can do colour-wise. Sometimes it's actually better to go slightly lighter through the thinning area, because the darker you are, it can highlight the colour of the scalp. So sometimes people put some sort of low lights through darker hair like this, just to sort of give it some texture and some movement. But in terms of cut, fringes are really quite beneficial, and actually, strangely enough, the shorter you go with it, the thicker it will look on the ends. And actually, you can start to bring that fringe back a little bit, and you can see already by kind of bringing that further back, it started to kind of cover up some of that thinning area. Also, there are other ways of doing it in terms of your layers. If you get your layers slightly more angled towards the front, what happens is you get some slightly shorter layers that then blend in with the fringe, and you keep the layers longer towards the back, so then you're not going like really short on top and it ends up looking like an 80s mullet. You just get a bit more texture and a bit more movement, which is really, really good for when it starts to thin, really. And in terms of styling, there are lots of things you can do. I think putting a bit of body in there is really, really good, and because the hair starts to get a bit limp as you get a little bit older too, you can use root lifts, all sorts of things like that. But the thing that you need to do is actually start to help cover it up. There are different things out there. There's Wow, which is, they do it's almost like a mascara that you can kind of put on the roots. And there's a brand called Topic that does these fibres that you can pump in, which helps to cover those up too if you're feeling really self-conscious about it. But yeah, I think it's more to do with the cut, really. I think if you get a really good cut, that can really help kind of disguise some of those thinning areas. And as you know, I mean, we brought your fringe back a little bit further last time, and it really, really helped.
Yeah, definitely.
Some of that slightly thinner through the front. And by doing the layers slightly shorter, it means that you can bring that fringe back a little bit further, so that it's not like, oh, my fringe starts here all of a sudden so far back. But when those layers are shorter, they can kind of disguise that. So
okay, fantastic. All right, well, thank you very much, Nick, and we'll do an after photo as well.
Brilliant.